I had this really interesting experience. I was watching my son play in a football game. It was a tournament, and I was very proud of them. The boys had practiced very, very hard, and frankly, anybody that's got parents knows, like, the parents sacrifice too. Our kids, the brothers, the sisters, they all sacrifice as these kids. They prepare to go and play in this tournament. And they were pumped up. And so we traveled to a different area and we get to that first play and the first snap of the first game, and bam, touchdown, the other team. And you could just see the life drain out of the player that got beat. Now understand, hear me. It was one player that got beat. Yeah, that sucks. But you could just literally see the life drain out of that player. All the other players rallying around them, trying to lift them up and trying to get them all pumped back up. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And 3 plays later, bam, it happens again. Same player, touchdown. And you could just absolutely see it. He had quit. He had quit. The problem is that he forgot to leave the field. And it got me thinking about so many other things in our life. And we talked a couple of weeks ago. There are reasons that quitting is good, and there are reasons that quitting is bad. I'm not here to talk about that. But what I am here to talk about is your commitment behind what it is that you decide. The truth of the matter is that he quit. And if it was just for him, that would have been just fine, I guess, right? It's a free country. You get to decide what it is that you want to do. But the fact of the matter is there were 10 other kids that he destroyed that day because he forgot to leave the field. We see that a lot in life. We see that a lot in business. We see that a lot in relationships. And so I just kind of wanted to chat just a little bit about that and maybe just give it some context, because my guess is that you probably have some areas in your life where you have some people that they've already quit. Maybe it's a relationship. Hey, by the way, maybe it's you, right? Maybe they quit you. Maybe it's in business. Maybe it's a client. Maybe you're the one that quit and just hasn't left yet. I think ultimately we have to make a decision. Hey, number one, if I'm going to quit something, then I need to make sure that I depart from the field. I have to leave the building. Or if somebody has already quit me, it's okay for me to escort them to the door, right? Let me help you pack a box, right? And what this does is it frees you up to move on with your life. So let's dig into a couple of things. Number one, and just again, context. If I'm an alcoholic, quitting is a good thing, right? Quitting is a great thing. It's not a good thing. It's an amazing thing. But here's the thing. I don't hang out in bars. You follow me? So I quit and I've left the building, right? If I'm looking to lose 50 pounds, going on a diet and changing my nutrition plan or my workouts or what have you is a really, really good thing, right? Quitting the bad stuff is a really good thing. But I have to remember to leave the donut shop. Okay. I need to change my location. My location now may be, healthy eating establishments or a gym or that kind of thing. Now, I think anybody that's run a business for any period of time knows that there's one thing that quite literally can destroy a business, and that is allowing one person who has quit your vision, quit your mission, quit your culture, quit the business, all right, for whatever reason. Like, again, we're not here to talk about the whys. Allow those to stay within your organization, right? And I understand, oh, guys, this seems a little bit dramatic. I get it. But I'm just telling you right now, I literally watched it happen in the course of 4 plays on a football field from kids that had planned. Think about this. For 3 months, they had practiced 3 times a week. For 3 months, they had practiced for 3 times a week in the course of 4 plays. The entire thing was over because of one person. The 10 could not lift up the 1. The 1 could tear down the 10. That's how powerful it really is. As I look at what we're doing today, and I'm hearing all of this stuff, right? Like all day long, the market and the inventory, the economy. Like, I've been telling you for a long time, you got to stop listening to the news. You got to stop watching the news. You can't say, hey, listen, I'm going to fill this space right here with all great things, right? But then watch the news. That's forgetting to leave the building. That's forgetting to leave the field. I said I was going to quit all this negative stuff, but I forgot to leave the field. And listen, I've heard it. I've coached a lot of people over the years. I hear all of the same excuses, or rationalizations is probably a better thing. Oh, no, it won't happen to me. Oh, no, I'm good. I'm not going to fall to that, for the news. I'm telling you right now, Darren Hardy talks about it. You cannot get away from it unless you are willing to leave the field. There are, I think it was Tom Ferry this morning, I was kind of scrolling through, and he had mentioned that 90% of the business, this is a nationwide MLS stat, 90% of the business is being done by 50% of the agents. 90% of the business is being done by 50% of the agents. We've been talking about this, folks, that fewer and fewer agents are doing more and more of the business. And why is that? Because there are some people who are being distracted. They forgot to leave the field, and they are consuming more and more space in your eye and your mind. And so here's my thing. Leave the field, okay? Quit those people so that you can focus on the things that will make you better, right? People are still buying houses. Jimmy Clear and I were going through the data in the Grand Junction market specifically, but this applies to all of you. You all should look into this, right? Hey, listen, I understand the inventory levels are down and they're historically low numbers. Is it because there's been a decrease in the number of new listings coming to the market? Or is it because there have been more buyers consuming those listings? I think you'll find that it's the latter. Well, wait a minute. If that's the truth, then we don't necessarily have an inventory problem. We have a buyer problem. We have too many buyers for the market, which is, hey, a great problem to have. But rather than us worrying about, oh my gosh, no inventory and, this is not going to work and Zillow and all these things, how about we just pick up the phone and make some phone calls? Okay. Let's leave the building of what we're hearing from these folks. Right. So again, whether it is something that you need to acknowledge for yourself that, hey, you've quit something and you need to leave that building, or whether it is somebody that's already quit you in some way, shape, or form in your life, business, relationships, what have you, figure out whether or not they have left the field. And if they need a little help, there is nothing wrong with escorting them to the door. Hope you guys have an awesome day.